Hey flower folks, welcome to Share Inspirations. In today's video, we are going to be prepping up the greenhouse for winter harvest of cut flowers. Now, every year I do different experiments with the greenhouse as to what I decide to plant in it. This right here is a twin bed that is turned into a greenhouse by adding corrugated panels on the sides and on top right here, and then this closes this thing right here. The door is made of plexiglass, and what it does is it keeps the greenhouse 10 to 15 degrees warmer than your normal outside temperature. Now, I am in Southern California, high desert, zone 8B. So my first frost comes first week of November. And from November all the way till late January, when my daffodils bloom, I don't have anything to cut. So what I do is I plant every summer around July, August time frame something in the greenhouse, so I have from November all the way till January and later something to cut and make bouquets with. Now, I will leave a link to my last video I did last fall where I added a whole bunch of these snapdragons right here that you can see. And then I added a ton of poppies and this coleus that you see right there, and had some glads in this area, in this bed right here. So there's 4 beds. This greenhouse is divided into 4 beds evenly, and what I've done is in those 4 beds I decide to do different items. Now, from what you can see here, the snapdragons have kind of taken over the 2 beds that are right here. I have added this trellis looking thing that would normally be used for vines for snapdragons, only because they were toppling all over, and this way they can stay upwards and I can cut the stems as they're kept straight. I'm going to go ahead and leave these snapdragons to cut for the winter, as snapdragons would be considered perennials in zone 9 and beyond, and this would become zone 9B, 9A, depending on how cold I get here. The temperature right there, I have a thermometer, as you can tell right there, and I keep an eye out in the winter time and in the summertime to see how much the temperature fluctuates in there. Now, if you've read anything with Elliot Coleman, he talks about expanding your season. Now, he lives in Maine and he grows vegetables, so I kind of have to translate all of that information into flowers. So what I've done is I've experimented with snapdragons, of course, and they've done great. I've done coleus. I've done great with those, so I'm going to go ahead and leave those for the winter and not yank them out, because they would be coleus and snapdragon would be considered perennials in zone 9 and beyond, and this becomes zone 9 and beyond. So I also have right here some Queen Anne's lace. As you can tell, all of this white powdery type of stuff that you see is DE. I had an aphid and ant issue here. Wherever there's aphids, there's ants, so I went ahead and powdered the DE on all of this. So there's Resetta right there, and there used to be a poppy in here somewhere, and it has decided to get buried. Actually, I believe it's right here, maybe not. But yes, the snapdragons, of course, have taken over. I obviously had lemon bee balm in here too that I seeded, and it's still hanging on. So this is the inside that's going to continue to look like this. As far as this bed is concerned, this is what we're going to work with. Now, if you see that all of this greenhouse is also got the drip line, as I've spoken about before, that I have everything in the garden, including the greenhouse, hooked up to the drip line. I have 3 lines that run here. This runs for 1 minute twice a day, so it gets plenty of water. And what we're going to be planting in this particular bed is a few things that I have been wanting to experiment with. Something that I have learned by growing things in this greenhouse is don't ever grow anything that is going to grow more than 2.5 foot, according to the seed packet. So if you remember watching my last video on the greenhouse, I had straw flowers in here that were trying to grow upwards of all of this and were bending over in that area. So because I don't want that happening, I've decided to go ahead and only stick with plants that are going to stay shorter. So these are my selections. I'm going to go ahead and do dwarf teddy bear sunflowers. These sunflowers grow only, I believe, 2 foot. I want to say 3 foot, actually, right there. It grows up to 3 foot. And even if it decided to go, because it's a greenhouse, even if it decides to grow taller, that's going to be okay, because the greenhouse has the capacity to take that. I have pansies, and these are the Swiss Giant mix of pansies. These are only going to grow about 6 to 8 inches total. And then I have pink lupin, and I also have purple lupin. And these only grow about 2 foot tall, but they're going to be hopefully perennials in the greenhouse anyway. And then I also have shrimp plants. These are honeywort, and they are also blooming in early winter, or I'm sorry, early spring type of plant. So we're gonna go ahead and get started and start planting from that corner all the way. We're gonna work our way upwards this way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and plant alongside of these drip lines. And oh, something else to note here is these guys. These are barbecue bamboo sticks that you can purchase at the 99-cent store or the Dollar Tree, and I got 50 of them for $1. And as far as digging holes is concerned, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is just take one of these and go ahead and make my hole right there. I'm going to go ahead and plant the entire packet. I know that I'm not going to have birds problems or anything, but there's not that many in the packet, just the packet's really large. This is what came out of the packet right there. I'm gonna go ahead and plant all of them. What I did was I basically made 2 rows of the sunflowers. There is one other way to plant these, and that is to go ahead and soak them in water for about a day or so, and then plant those. Right there is the sign. Now we're gonna go ahead and do lupins. We'll do pink lupins first. And what I'm trying to do is putting in all of the taller plants in the back, and then do the shorter ones up front. There we have the lupins, the pink ones, and then now we're gonna do the purple ones right here. And these are going to grow about, I believe, 2 foot. And from what I read is they like the warmer temperatures to germinate in, depending on what kind of lupin it is. Actually, I've read multiple things regarding those. So let's see here. Here we are. It looks like that I didn't make one for the purple lupin. I have the other two for pansies and the shrimp plants. So right here is our shrimp plant. I'm going to go ahead and do those up front. I've grown the taller varieties of sunflowers in this greenhouse, and of course, because they're so tall, guess what they were trying to do? They were trying to grow out of the greenhouse. So go ahead and do the honeywort right there. Didn't have too many seeds of those, so I'm hoping that they would germinate. And then I have pansies, which is last. I'm gonna go ahead and plant those right next to the beautiful Queen Anne's lace. And I'm somebody who grows the entire season of the plants in the greenhouse. I don't like growing them halfway through in the greenhouse and then moving. I find that to be way too painful, and I'm not doing that. So all of these plants that I just planted in here are going to continue to grow in here, and I'm not going to move them anywhere else. They will continue to grow here. So here's what we have. We have all of the greenhouse planted. And hopefully around November time frame, since we are now in August, I will have flowers to cut in continuation with the daffodils that are going to come in late January, and then so on and so forth. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.